Alright, here's the beginning of the floor. Um, I'll step on it in here. I decided I'm going to extend the counter. Of course, there's the step well here. But I decided, if you can see these little green lines, from there to there is about 26 inches. And I think that's how wide I'm going to make the door. That will allow me to extend my counter all the way. I don't know, it's going to be about from here because the bed's 39 inches, so all the way from there to there. I think that'll give me enough space. Because there's a bunch of stuff I gotta fit in there. I gotta fit the propane tank, cooler, water storage. So it needs to be long enough for all that stuff. A few other things too, probably. And this piece I cut in, still gotta fix that spot. And I got this spot. I have no idea what I'm gonna put here once the van is finished. It is gonna be a dead spot. I plan to put a big drawer from there to there, all the way. Maybe even two smaller drawers, but some kind of drawer system. I'm just gonna slide all the way out, probably on casters or something. But when the drawers close, I mean, the bed's gonna be over here, so there's gonna be really, I don't know what to put there. But I gotta make the bed semi-removable anyway because I'm gonna need to access my batteries every 4 or 5, 6 months because they're you have to maintain them. You have to check the battery acid levels and stuff. So yeah. So I was cutting this piece out to go over that blue area under the counter. And that's where my saw stopped working. Game over. Time to do something else, not requiring the saw or drill or anything. Here is the backside of the plywood that I'm going to use for the floor. Now this is Pure Bond plywood. It's formaldehyde free. This is where the face of it will be. This will be facing up. And it's pretty nice. Already I got a little orange thing on here from the... It's windy as hell out here. From the cart. So I tried to leave it on the cart to keep it clean. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the face part down to try to keep it clean. And then when I'm ready to actually put the floor in, I'll just flip it over. This side's actually pretty nice too. So this is Pure Bond. The special thing about that is it's formaldehyde free. Now, is this formaldehyde free? No. Am I putting in the van? Yes. So I needed a good wood, and this is only maybe 20 bucks more than the non-formaldehyde stuff. And it's birch, and I thought, okay, I'll just use that. And that way, maybe 70% of the plywood of the floor will, it's going to cover all the silver area. It's going to be formaldehyde free, so compromises, I guess. So this is with the birch plywood in. This is again the back side up right now because I don't want to get it dirty until it's been, well, ideally never get it dirty, right? But until it's been oiled and it's all in place, I'm gonna have the downside up, and then I'll flip it over, and we'll be good. This actually looks pretty good too. There's lots of figuring, and it's a nice piece of plywood. But the difference is this is $68 and this is $42. This is the bad side. The other side of this looks better, but I didn't really worry about it too much. I just cut it off because this will be under the bed anyway, so no one's going to see that. I got lots of other stuff to do. You gotta be very careful not to step on this blue stuff because there's nothing supporting it right now. I gotta put some kind of bracing under here. Of course, there's gonna be half-inch plywood up here too. I put some bracing in here so it can take some weight. So I have to figure out some way to make some sort of threshold so that this doesn't get wrecked. That will be a project down the road. Alright guys, put the plywood light in here. It's just loose right now, but it's I'll have to glue it in next time. There's a couple of gappy spots. I might just stick some insulation in there. So that's the next spot. It's getting close. Have to glue it, wait for the glue to dry, and then put the oil on. I'm actually tempted to paint this wall first. I probably should do that because the paint's gonna smell like crazy and I don't want to be in here when it's off-gassing. Oh, maybe I'll do that. And yeah, I still gotta do this spot over here. Stepping on stuff, of course. I'm probably just gonna stick some 2x4s under here. Maybe put them across like this and then have a little storage area. Probably just take a couple chunks out of this. So we're gonna attach the plywood to the 2x4. Well, what I have here is, you can see these little L bracket things right there, and that's how I'm connecting the floor together. And I know it's a little bit of a hack job, but you know, it is what it is. This is under the bed, so this is gonna be like, no one's gonna see it, so I wasn't really careful about getting the glue over spilled. You can see these little streaks. And I'm wearing bare feet, or don't have any shoes or socks on, I should say, because I'm trying to, this is the side of the plywood that's gonna be facing up, and it's raw, and I don't want to get it dirty with shoes. So I took my shoes and socks off, made sure my feet are clean, and that way I'm not leaving any messiness on the floor. So this is what I did here. And the reason I use these L brackets is because I can use them in other places. Like when I build the shelves up here, I can use the L brackets to keep the stuff in place. So they kind of serve a dual purpose, and that I can reuse them. Here's the junk that I used, and made sure I have it on the edge so I don't have to step on the floor as least as possible. And keep the gluey stuff away from the floor. So with any luck, tomorrow or the next day, whenever I get a chance to work on this again, I can just take all these L brackets off, take the screws out, and the glue will be dry, and I might be able to oil the floor tomorrow. We'll see. I mean, I know the glue will be dry, but it's a kind of an important job, and I want to be in the right frame of mind to make sure I don't mess it up. Alright guys, here's the first coat of oil on. Oh, you can see I missed a little spot by the hinge there. Oopsies. First coat. I know the light isn't very bright because I'm just using the light for my my Note 4 camera phone. I can't have the big lights on because then I have to step on the floor to turn them on and off, and it's wet right now, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it as it is. Definitely went darker. and that's good. I swept this floor 4 times and I was still getting debris. And I believe the reason is because the broom itself is this cheapo Walmart jobby, and I think that broom had debris on it itself. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna let this dry for a day, and then see what it's like after that. If it's getting dryish, it says 24 to 48 hours. And then I'm going to put another coat on. I'm going to put 3 coats on. It says 3 to 6. I wish this camera would focus. Focus, people. There we go. It says 3 to 6 coats, so I'm going to see how 3 does. And I have to let it dry each time, so it's kind of a long process. Take care, have a good night, and I'll see you in the next one.